Okay, I don't know why I didn't think to do this before, but hello, tubies. Um, I'm cleaning out my mealworms here, and as I said before in a previous video that I separate all of my beetles and put them in fresh substrate, but this is going to be a two-part video because of how long it's going to be and how long it's going to take me. Now, granted, there are several ways to do this, and everybody has their own way of doing it, like with the mesh screen at the bottom, and letting the baby worms crawl down to the bottom of the, and the fresh substrate with food and stuff like that. But I didn't do it that way because when I first started breeding the mealworms, I didn't watch a lot of YouTube videos, and at the time they were just like buy the mealworms, put them in the put them in some oats and leave them alone. Like when I first started breeding mealworms, I think that I can't remember the first couple of people who did one, but I know that I was watching a couple of videos and they just said start off with like 500 mealworms, and when I did that, it didn't go the way I wanted to because I have 14 geckos and 5 bearded dragons and a couple of turtles that eat the mealworms. So I went to a reptile show and bought 1,500, and I separated them into two colonies. One colony, I mean, this is what I've cleaned out so far from my mealworms, but this is a combination of both mealworm colonies that I had, and you can see it's like a little, that's big, it's a lot, and it's separated into that other purple one over there, and this big one right here had the beetle and mealworms in it. But I started off with one this size, and it ended up being this size. So that 1,500, those 1,500 mealworms did pretty good, and I was I was like, yeah, I was dumb for not doing it that way the first time, but oh well, you learn as you go. But when it's time to clean them out, and I take them in here, and I sift them out with my sifter, and then as you see the beetles, some of the beetles are there a beetle in there. Now there's one beetle right there. Sorry, I have a cold, by the way. That's why I sound kind of like funky. But I take the beetles and I pluck them out, which I'm pretty sure some of you be like, well, why are you doing it? That's a waste of time. I mean, it's a waste of time if you don't want to do that, and I don't mind doing that. And then I take off beetles and I separate them until I clean them out. There's a crap load in there. It's a lot. And there's some potatoes in there, lettuce, leaf, just stuff for them to eat for right now. And then once I clean all the frass out, I'm going to take this frass and put it, you can't see, wait a minute, put it in here. Hold on. Ooh. Put it in here where there is more baby mealworms that I have to go through. But this is from the first batch up there in here, and then we take this and put it in here too, and let them grow, and then I'll have like a shitload of mealworms. But hold on one second. Sorry. But yeah, I will show you what it's gonna look like after it's all cleaned out, and I have all the beetles in there. Because what I do is I just take all of the beetles, leave them in the fresh substrate, so the only thing that's in here will be just beetles. And then any beetles that I find in my 2 mealworm colonies, which will be in both of these little purple bins, because I want to separate this and split it back up into the 2. And I'm going to take the beetles, come here little guy, and I'm going to just take the beetles and put them back in here. But yes, I will be back.